Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for checking back into another episode of Living Your Best Life with me, Coach Adam here. Listen, we're in our fitness week today, so I wanted to discuss cardio and how you can incorporate it into your workout routine to accelerate your fat loss, mostly. When it comes to cardio, I want to still stress the importance of maintaining a resistance or strength training routine or program to maintain your overall muscle composition and strength. Now, this isn't about maintaining muscle mass, right? I'm not talking about size or anything like that. Just overall strength and muscle integrity. We still want to be able to live our lives and go on about our daily tasks and not hurt ourselves, right? So we still need to have muscle strength. All right, cardio easily burns through muscle, so we don't want to lose a lot of that muscle density during our cardiovascular training. All right, so what I'm going to do today is go over 10 different types of cardio activities that you can incorporate into your routine starting tomorrow, this week, today, even whenever, right? But it's going to help aid in your weight loss while still maintaining your muscle. Okay, the biggest thing we want to do in losing weight is the biggest thing we want to do is lose body fat and not lose muscle mass, okay, or muscle strength or density. All right, so a lot of these are going to be low impact as well, so it's great for beginners or anyone who does experience pain when it comes to typical cardio activities such as running. All right, so if you have a pen and paper, write these down. If not, good luck. All right, so like I said, there's 10 types of cardio that are going to aid in your fat loss. First one, incline walking. All right, now you can do this on a treadmill. You can find a hill near your house, whatever's clever, but the easiest way to do it is on an incline treadmill. It's one of the best options for anyone who loves running, but just wants to limit the impact on their joints. Now, like I said, if you're a beginner, if you have joint pain, knee pain, back pain, anything like that, ankle pain, incline walking is probably going to be your best option because it's going to limit the impact on your joints. And it's going to burn just as many calories as running while also improving your form and endurance, right? Like when you're on an incline, it forces you to lift your legs higher, right? You have to reach up a little bit. So you get a little bit more muscle strength and endurance in that sense. And then you're also improving your form because you're not overreaching on your stride. When we run or we jog, a lot of times we tend to overreach so that we can go a little faster. But on an incline, it's hard to do that. So it keeps us from doing that. Repeating myself. On an incline, it keeps us from doing that so that we don't hurt ourselves. We improve our form when we do get back to regular running. All right, and you can also jog on an incline in intervals, like small little doses, so that obviously jogging on an incline for a long period of time is going to get painful. But if you do it in small doses, you'll get similar effects as if you were to just go out for a run. All right, so if you're like me and you don't you don't like running a lot, then incline walking, incline jogging intervals are also a great added benefit. Now, the average number of calories burned in a 1 hour incline walk is about 224 to 310 calories. So if you're looking for something low impact, something efficient, and you have an hour to do a walk on an incline treadmill, go for it. All right. Second thing, stair climber. I actually haven't used a stair climber in a long time, but when people ask me what's a good piece of cardio equipment to use, I always do recommend the stair climber. The reason for that, it's something we do every day, right? We all know how to go up and down steps. And it's also low impact. So you're not really hurting yourself. You're not stomping on the ground like when you're jogging. You can do it slowly while increasing the intensity of the stepper, right? Like you can just go or vice versa, you can kind of jog on it as well. That's also a great way to improve muscle endurance of your legs, your glutes, and your calves. So if you're looking for a little definition in there as well, stair climber is a way to go. And if you already are overweight and you're looking to incorporate cardio with low impact, Stairmaster is actually a great way to do it because, and forgive me here, but with your added weight right now, it's going to be a good way to increase your endurance, right? There are ways if you want to add difficulty to it, people add a weight vest. So when you're going up the steps with extra weight on your body, it's a good way to increase your endurance. All right, and this is also going to make walking or hiking a lot more enjoyable because you're going to have that leg strength when you go out into that difficult terrain. The average number of calories burned in a 1 hour walk on stairs is 360 to 520 calories. All right, pretty decent for an hour stairs walk. Might get boring though, right? So stay with me here. There's a couple more that like people always tell me they get bored with cardio, and I get it. So the first two, incline walking, stair climber, that may get a little boring for an hour. I get it. So let's move on to number 3, which is rowing. And this is like those water rowers, or they're not always water, right? The resistance rowers that you see at the gyms. They're low impact, they're high intensity forms of cardio, and they're gonna help increase your leg endurance as well as your pulling power in your upper body. We all need that upper body strength. So doing it while performing a cardiovascular activity is just an added benefit, a double whammy, if you will. Rowing's gonna offer that added benefit, right, of performing rows basically. If you were to be rowing with a cable or barbell or dumbbell or anything like that, it's a total body cardio movement, and it's going to target your legs, your core, and your back muscles. All right, so it's full body. You're getting your heart rate up. You're burning your muscles out in your shoulders, your back, your arms, even your chest a little bit. Your core, you got to maintain a tight core by sitting upright, and then of course pushing through those legs, right? So an hour rowing session is going to burn an average of 420 to 623 calories. So you notice we're moving up in our calories burned for each hour of work. So as you can see, as we go higher on the list, the more intense caloric burn you'll get as a result of doing these activities. The fourth one is your assault bike. If you've trained with me, you know what an assault bike is, and you probably hate me for it. If you don't train with me, you probably still know what an assault bike is and don't want to use it. I get it. Assault bikes are tough, man. Like the resistance is literally just wind resistance. So as simple as that sounds, it's actually very difficult. If you've never tried one, go to your gym. I'm pretty sure they have an assault bike these days. Go try it. It's a lot of fun. Do 5 minutes, 10-second sprints each minute. Let me know how it goes. It's low impact. It's a great option for all fitness levels, right? You're seated. Most of us know how to ride a bike. So if we're seated and not moving, it's pretty simple. The cool thing about the bike is that you're using your legs and you're also pumping up top with the arms, right? So you're still getting that rowing movement, and you're also getting a push movement because the handles are up high. They're shoulder height, so you're moving your arms, you're moving your legs. They're great for people who have knee pain or lower back pain, right? There's no impact. The knees are just flowing through, and you're in a seated position, so you have no pressure on your back. You're not hitting the pavement. You're not going up steps or anything like that. So it's a lot easier on anyone with joint issues. And it's also a great way to decrease muscle loss caused by other high impact exercises, i.e. running. You didn't hear it from me. But it's, you lose muscle mass when running for long periods of time. So if you have seen a decrease in your muscle mass, then you may want to cut back on running. Assault bike's a great way to do it. You can do it at a slow, steady state rate, right? Just low intensity, moderate work. Or you can do a HIIT type routine like I just said. You're going to burn more calories in less time. You're going to build that leg power output, and you're going to increase the muscle endurance of your lower body and arms. Like I said, your shoulders and chest are going to get a lot of that workout as well as your legs. All right, so the average number of calories burned in a assault bike workout is 20 to 30 calories per minute at a moderate intensity, y'all. So 20 to 30 calories a minute, 5 minutes on the bike, you're already at about 120 to 150 calories, right? Pretty sweet. Number five, you guys, I know I'm biased here, but weight training is still a cardiovascular exercise for fat loss. Right? Cardio doesn't just mean running or walking or jogging or biking and things like that, right? Cardiovascular is your heart health, right? The way your heart rate can increase and decrease and get back to normal and get oxygen to your lungs and get oxygen to your muscle tissue. That's what cardiovascular training is. It's about cardiovascular health. All right. So weight training is an essential part of that cardiovascular programming. All right. It's an essential part of losing weight, and it's going to increase the likelihood of you losing body fat versus muscle mass. Okay. So when I talk about maintaining our muscle strength and our muscle integrity, but we still want to lose weight, adding weight training to cardiovascular training is going to make sure that fat is what's burned as opposed to muscle tissue. All right, so if you love cardio and you only want to do cardio, that's fine. Do cardio 3 times a week and strength train at least 1 to 2 times a week. And it doesn't have to be free weights. It can be body weight. It can be resistance bands. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? Weight training can just be resistance training. You need it. Please do it. And it's also going to increase your metabolism, which when you have an increased metabolism, you're also able to eat more but still lose weight. I don't know about you, but I'm always down for something that allows me to eat more and still lose weight. I mean, come on, lift some weights, y'all. Average calories burned in a 1 hour session, 360 to about 504 calories. All right, so again, it depends on the intensity of the session, depends on the workload you're putting in, and also the duration of the session. But that's based on a 1 hour session. All right, we're halfway through. You guys stick with me. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 6, boxing. If you have never tried boxing for a workout, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's a great way to burn calories, and it is 100% not boring. Right? I don't know any time I've done a boxing session and I haven't been like my brain hasn't been going almost every second of that workout. It's not boring at all, right? You're constantly moving. You're hitting a bag. You're hitting mitts. If you're at that level where you're sparring, you're hitting a partner, which is it's fun, right? You're doing something different. It may be an adrenaline release. It may be an anxiety release. Whatever it may be for you, as long as you're not freaking doing it in anger and hurting people. But it's a great way to burn calories. It's going to increase your shoulder, your back, and core endurance. And then it's also going to limit the impact on your lower body, right? We're not running. We're not going up the stairs. We're not weight training. We're not doing anything like that with our legs. So we're still getting the work. We're still getting the cardiovascular work, but we're not putting so much strain and impact on our joints and our legs. Right? It's a more interactive cardio, so you'll definitely enjoy the workouts a lot more. All right, the average calories burned in a 1 hour session of boxing, 600 to 800. So I think boxing should be added to everyone's routine. If you followed my Instagram, I've started boxing, so I'm adding that to my routines, and I'll be adding that to my clients' routines as well. So you're my client. Look forward to that. But don't look forward to this one. Number 7, kickboxing. I will not be doing that. All right. No. But if you are interested in kickboxing, it is a great, great form of total body, high intensity, high impact cardiovascular training. All right. Like boxing, it's going to help increase your core strength, but it's also going to help the muscle endurance of your legs and your core. All right, your legs are more involved in this, obviously, so you're going to get a lot more leg endurance, leg strength, and then your shoulders, back, and core are still going to benefit from it. All right, you're also going to increase your power production. If you can swing your leg with force and hit a bag hard or hit your sparring partner, you're going to increase a lot more power production when you run, when you lift weights, when you jump, anything like that. All right. It's also what's called a multi-planar form of cardio, which means you're just moving in different planes of movement. It's going to help increase your athleticism, your movement, your spatial awareness as well. And it's also going to double as a great form of self-defense, right? Who wouldn't feel safe learning the skills involved in kickboxing? I mean, I'd feel safe. So average calories burned in a 1 hour session of kickboxing, same as boxing, 600 to 800. I'd probably add another 100 just because, I don't know, you're using more legs. So I would say maybe another 100 to 150. That's just my guess, my educated guess. Number 8, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, this one I'm interested in, right? I definitely want to try it. I just, how do I say this without seeming like, well, I don't like getting hit or, being held to the ground. So I may want to ease into something like this, but if you're willing to try it, I highly suggest it. It's a great discipline on top of the fact that it's a great workout. It's great for beginners because you can start at a lower intensity, right, and then just work up to a higher intensity depending on your skill level and depending on your level of training at that point. And it's a great way to increase movement in anyone who hasn't done any sort of training before, right? You'll be more aware of how your body moves and how your body feels in general, right? Most of us, when we get into any sort of exercise or any sort of movement-based training, we realize that sometimes we have 2 left feet or 2 left brains, and this helps us increase that awareness of our bodies. All right, it's also going to help address any basic conditioning. So if you're just completely out of shape, it's a good way to start because you'll still get quote unquote cardio while learning new skills, right? When you're learning new skills and you're on the ground and you're doing things like that, and it may not be super intense, you're still getting your heart rate up because you're putting your body in uncomfortable positions where it requires more energy. All right. So average calories burned in a class of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is about 706. And that's a class that maintains like a moderate intensity throughout the whole class. So not sitting there learning new moves each time, but an actual grappling class. All right. So if you're looking for something like that, just, Google search Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in your area. I'm sure you'll find plenty of studios nearby. They're popping up almost everywhere these days. So, and the cool thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, from what I know from the outside looking in and from reading about it and hearing stories about it, is they're very inclusive, right? If you're someone who's brand new to it, they're not gonna like bully you or make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. They're gonna help you as best that they can to make you a part of their group. So give it a shot if you're curious, or if you've never done anything in sports and you want to try something, go give jiu-jitsu a try. It's a great community as well. Number 9, this one seems simple but has so many benefits and it's so easy to add. Increase your daily step count. Like I said, it seems basic, but it's one of the most effective ways to increase your calorie expenditure. Right? If you can add a couple more steps every hour, you won't realize that at the end of the day you're gonna have a couple hundred more. All right, and that just means less time in the gym. If you don't like going to the gym and working out, then just walk throughout the day more. Right, take the stairs instead of the elevator, or park farther away from the entrance at the grocery store, or take a walk with someone at night. Take a walk with your partner or your kids or your friend or your dog, whatever, your cat, your parrot. I don't know. Take a walk. Do a nice 15 to 20-minute walk around your block, and you're gonna add an additional 30 to 40 steps. I'm sorry, 30 to 40 calories per 1,000 steps walked. All right, that's the average number of calories burned. So if you walk 10,000 steps, you've burned 3 to 400 calories. Now, I think on average, people walk about 6 to 8,000 steps. Maybe 8,000 is the national average. So if you were to just take the elevator, take a walk every night, take a walk in the morning, whatever it is, you can get to 10,000 pretty easily. Right? And that's an extra 400 calories, 3 to 400 calories just from walking. Pretty simple, right? It doesn't have to be crazy workouts for you to get the calorie expenditure that you need. Now, remember, all this is in tandem with a healthy diet, right? You can't eat junk food and binge eat and do your pizza nights and your wing nights all the time and expect that these cardio activities are going to give you the results you're looking for. This is in addition to, if you're already weight training, this is in addition to your cardio activities now. This is in addition to a healthy, sound diet. All right. So last one here, number 10, and this is by design that I put it last because it's the most overused and the most abused form of cardio, and that's running. All right. And I'm not sitting here gonna bash running because that's just not what I do. Because running isn't necessarily bad, right? But it can be when it's the first thing you try when trying to lose weight. Because of its high impact movements, because of you hitting the ground so often, it can lead to injuries if you're not ready for that, right? If your body's not ready for the stress of hitting the pavement, right? You're going to increase your muscle loss from running because cardio burns muscle, okay? You're going to achieve the same results as the others listed above. It's just going to add more stress to your body, right? So the average calories burned in 1 hour of running is 557 calories. If you're maintaining a 6 mile per hour pace, that's 10 minutes per mile, basically. Crazy. Not to say that a 10-minute mile isn't doable, but to do that for an hour might get a little challenging for most people. All right, so running isn't necessarily bad. Like I said, it's just going to cause a little more stress, and you're going to cause a little more muscle loss if you run more than weight train. Okay, so if your goals are to lose weight but still maintain your muscle and not lose all that, then running should be a last resort. All right, and if you are running, run in intervals. So do 10 to 15 max effort sprints 6 to 8 times, and then you're done. All right, you don't need to go crazy long runs. All right, so that's it. All right, 10 types of cardio that you can add to your routine this week, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, whenever you want to add it. But if you want to accelerate your fat loss, or even just mix up your training, if you're already seeing a plateau, if you're leveling off and you're not seeing any more results, then add these activities and you'll start to see some changes. All right. And as you can see, a lot of these you can do on your own, or you can do with a friend as well. Okay. Or you can do in a group. All right. So try to find things that are fun for you, that you know you're gonna go do, but just do them often. All right. A lot of times we start doing things and then we fall off after a week because I did it, I'm not seeing anything, I'm tired. But keep doing it. All right, and mix them up so that you don't get bored, so that you don't fall into a rut. All right. And when it comes to the contact sports like boxing or jiu-jitsu, then I definitely recommend finding a coach or a class that can guide you and teach you the right way so that you don't hurt yourself or anybody else. All right. And if you need any help with any of the other ones, stair climber, rowing, increasing your step count, or assault bike, stairmaster, things like that, then just message me. I'll be happy to help you out, give you some tips on how to increase the intensity and increase your output. All right. So thanks again, you guys, for being here with me. I really do appreciate it. And I really hope that you're applying what you're hearing on these podcasts, because all I want is for you to learn and for you to get better. All right. So I'll talk to you next time. For now, have a great week. Remember to love yourself, and please go be the best version of yourself. Bye.